Hey guys, I know what you're doing this weekend. You are going to be binge watching the second season of Daredevil. It is absolutely incredible. I've only seen the first 5 episodes, so I haven't seen the whole thing. Netflix let me check out some of this stuff a little bit early, and I, like you, cannot wait to binge the rest of this stuff. They set it up so strongly at the beginning of this thing. We get to see the Punisher right away. We get to see Jon Bernthal in the role that he was meant to play. He's perfectly cast in this thing. Absolutely terrifying character, absolutely terrifying performance. This guy has no hesitation to shoot a bad guy in the face or in the arm or in the gut, whatever he's got to do to get the job done. And that's in stark contrast to Daredevil, who just wants to bust some heads and break some arms and doesn't want to kill all the bad guys. So of course they go mano a mano, very much like Batman versus Superman. And as everybody's fighting right now, all the superheroes are fighting. But Daredevil and Punisher, of course, get into some great combat. They have very different fighting styles, very different kind of takes on the character between Charlie Cox and Jon Bernthal. But that chemistry is palpable. It's very real. It is absolutely incredibly electric, and no pun intended, because Elektra's in this thing as well, and she's great as well, played by Elodie Yung. What happens though is that when we're not seeing stuff like Frank Castle versus Daredevil and this incredibly fantastic action stuff that's in the show, it starts to bog down a little bit, particularly when Eldon Hansen, who's playing Foggy Nelson, he's perfectly cast physically, but I just don't believe the actor when he's reading the lines and saying the lines. I feel like he's still trying to work to kind of get to this character, whereas Charlie Cox and Rosaria Dawson, who makes a comeback in this thing, Jon Bernthal, even Deborah Ann Wall, who plays Karen Page, everybody else seems to be inhabiting their roles kind of comfortably, and I just don't believe the stuff that Foggy Nelson is sort of saddled with. You know, he kind of brings it all. He's almost a Debbie Downer in the show a little bit. He has to kind of bring the reality back. There's always this question of, why are you doing this, Matt Murdock? Why are you having to fight for the city? Why is the city in such jeopardy? How come you're so crazy? And Matt Murdock is saddled with guilt, and he's got to go see priests to kind of help him through making his decision to continue being a vigilante. He's in conflict with the cops. All of that stuff is cool, but then, I don't know, for some reason Foggy Nelson just brings it down a little bit, you know? And I hope that picks up as I watch the rest of the season, because I do like the actors. I like everybody's commitment. I like the way that this show has been cast. Elodie Yung, who we just saw in Gods of Egypt. I think she's better suited to play Elektra in this show. I think she's there's sparks coming off of her and Matt Murdock right from their introductory sequences. Lots of fun with that, but man, it's really hard to think that this show can escalate from the presence of Jon Bernthal as the Punisher. I really, really want Netflix and Marvel to get it together and announce that they're going to make a Punisher series, because this guy's work in this show is absolutely amazing. I will say this though, this show does not step away from the violence at all. It is an incredibly visceral television program. There's stuff in this show that I haven't even seen really kind of shown off in R-rated movies out there, you know? People get shot and killed in some really grotesque ways in this show. So be prepared for that. I was doing a lot of wincing and sort of looking through my fingers as I was watching this thing. Daredevil is definitely one of my favorite superhero on-screen experiences. I love what Netflix and Marvel have got going on with this. I can't wait to watch the rest of the season. I'm giving what I've seen so far a 9 out of 10. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.